Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, which means we are going over buy lows, sell highs to help you guys improve your roster as we get into the thick of the fantasy season. We're going to give you 10 guys. We actually have a bonus sell today. We're going to go over 7 sells, 4 buys for you guys to look at. If you are new to the channel, if you haven't done it yet, please like and subscribe. It allows me to do what I love so I can keep bringing you content that you love. So without any further ado, let's get into week 6's buy sell. This is going to start with Marquez Callaway. Now his week 5 numbers on paper look great, but they are deceiving. He had about 57% of those yards on one play. It was a Hail Mary at the end of the half, and that was where he got one of his 2 touchdowns as well. When I look at him overall, he's in an offense devoid of pass catchers. There's no one there, and he still hasn't been able to get a decent target share. He has Michael Thomas and Tre'Quan Smith both coming back from injuries very soon, and after the bye this week, he gets Tampa and Seattle. So those are great matchups where you can talk to the person buying this guy into possibly giving you a little more for him. I am taking a serviceable wide receiver 3 for him all day. If you can swing someone like Javonte Smith or Jacoby Myers, that would be a great get for Callaway. Next, we have Jamal Williams, who is currently sitting as the RB20, and this is all about his schedule coming up. In the next 6 weeks, he has a bye, and he has 4 minus matchups. So get the value while you can before it goes away. It's never going to be higher than it is now. If you have depth, someone like David Montgomery coming back from injury would be a good buy for you, as his schedule is awesome by the time he's healthy. If you can't do something like that and you need wins now, Zach Moss or even Leonard Fournette would be great wins for you. Coming off a monster week 5 performance, Myles Gaskin is a great sell high candidate. The week prior in week 4, 2 carries, 3 yards. So the people, the 5% of them that started him, yeah, they're stoked. Everyone else had no idea that this was going to happen, and it'll probably be like that moving forward for Gaskin owners. It's Miami. We don't know what they're doing in their backfield or in their offense really right now, and I am selling off the pieces that I can. If you can get someone like Chris Carson or even Josh Jacobs who are in that same range, I am flipping that for sure. Tyler Boyd is my next sell high candidate, and he's done a great job filling in as a wide receiver 3 who's been playing a wide receiver 2 role for the last couple weeks. With T. Higgins now returning, however, I don't love the upside. He's going to be very hard to start on a week-to-week basis, as those 2 with Jamar Chase and Higgins are going to see the majority of the targets. If you can sell him for someone like Rondale Moore, who may be a little bit of a risky week-to-week player himself, but sees that giant upside in the Cardinals offense, I would love to do that. I also would love someone like Jalen Waddle, who is going to see an increased target share with all the injuries they have over there with Will Fuller and now Devontae Parker. If you can't make something like that happen, he is a great player to throw in as a sweetener for a bigger deal to get done. Next, we have Tim Patrick, who has had some good opportunities in a below average offense for the last couple weeks. He's turned that into 226 yards and 2 touchdowns in his last 3 games, so he's looked solid. In the first 2 games of the season, he also had touchdowns in each of them. He is the current wide receiver 29. However, if we look at a couple weeks out, Jerry Jeudy is going to return, and that moves Patrick down to the wide receiver 3 in an offense that wants to run the ball and has Noah Fant as an option as well. So the opportunities are going to continue to shrink for him. I will take someone like Corey Davis or Hunter Renfro's floor over that in a couple weeks, no doubt. My final sells here is a 2-for-1 special, and it has to do with the horrible injury that we saw on Thursday night. With Russell Wilson going out for at least 4, potentially up to 8 weeks, now is the time to sell on his receivers. So Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. We loved you. We love what you did while you were here. But if you need wins in the next couple of weeks, I am moving on and selling these guys, hopefully at value, if you can right now. I'm not gonna sell them at a discount, don't get me wrong. But if you can get someone like DJ Moore, if you can get someone like Nuke or Scary Terry, even Justin Jefferson for Metcalf owners, I'm taking all of those guys over Metcalf and Lockett in an unknown quarterback situation. And while we're on the Seahawks, if you have the ability to sit tight for a couple weeks, Russell Wilson isn't the worst trade target in the world. He has a potential once he gets back to ball out like he was doing at the beginning of the year. He is a buy low candidate. Before we get into our buys, this is a great time to say if you have questions on trades, if you're looking to swap players and you're trying to deliberate between the values, please drop those down below. I would love to get back to you and help answer your questions so we can build the best possible rosters together. Now let's get into our buys, and it starts with Javonte Williams. He's the RB1 in Denver. Maybe they don't know it yet, but he is. Who knows, it could be that they're just trying to get the rest of the tread that is left on Melvin Gordon's tires done before they move on to him. But regardless, by the time it matters, and that's weeks 12 to 17 when you are pushing for the playoffs and moving for a championship, this is his schedule. He gets the Chargers not once, but twice. He gets Kansas City. He gets Detroit, Cincinnati, and Vegas. That is 5+ matchups in the most critical stretch of the season. Buy now while he's running back 33 instead of later when he's more expensive. Up next is Jalen Waddle, and he not only has Tua coming back soon, but the wide receiver room there in Miami has been riddled with injuries. We've already seen it with Will Fuller. Now Devontae Parker has some kind of issue with his ankle, and the targets have already been there. He's averaging 7 targets a game. We know Miami wants to utilize him. They didn't spend a top 5 pick on him for nothing, and on top of all that, he's currently the wide receiver 45, so you're going to be able to get him fairly cheap. My next buy is TJ Hawkinson, and I would say it's fair to say that Hawkinson owners are a little let down right now when they bought in hoping to get a set it and forget it tight end option. If you consider how hot he started and his current 3-week lull, managers right now are probably willing to give him up at a decent price, and I am totally in on buying low for him here. He is still running a ton of routes and seeing plenty of targets. The tight end position is a barren wasteland. So if you have an opportunity to buy in a guy who's gonna at least give you a decent floor, you jump on it. He's the tight end 6, so he hasn't let you down quite that bad yet. And the Lions are bad. They're gonna be throwing a lot. I like him more than Dawson Knox or Dalton Schultz, both of who are ranked higher than him right now. Finally, we move to AJ Brown, who's missed 1 game and is the current wide receiver 79. Let's let that sink in for a second. He's gonna probably cost you a wide receiver 2. I don't think anyone's gonna really ask for more than that. And I'm totally willing to give up a player like Robert Woods, Marquise Brown, or Adam Thielen to get me some AJ Brown. And that's all I got for you guys on the list today. If you are new, if you haven't done it yet, please like and subscribe. I appreciate the support and it helps me out a bunch. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I'd love to get back to you. This is Relentless Press. I'm your host, Abriam Opatz. We'll see you next time.